begin to go. Then you glance down one more time and my penis is saying hello. I just got hard. Oh hell yeah girl, let's freaking do this thing. I just got hard. I'm gonna pick a lick behind you like a buffalo chicken wing. I just got hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're making love. We're my goddamn high rise song. We're making love. We both came in on just with songs.
I'm going through a breakup right now, and I'm in I'm always in an emotionally frazzled place, but right now especially. So this song is about a breakup. Are you guys ready to get emotional?
He said, are you guys ready to get emotional?
Together for 6 whole months. I brought you pleasure and you put up with my stunts. Yeah, I cheated on you, shit, you cheated on me 37 times. We broke up, yeah, you left me. I still thought we would be fine. Now I'm drunk and alone, so I take out my phone and start to send you texts. Just respond to me, I have one last request. Please let me put it in your butt. Put it in your butt one more time. I'm so long. Please let me put it in your butt. Put it in your butt one more time. Gonna kill myself. Calling, texting, and faxing, and tweeting. How the hell's my heart still beating? I'd wait outside your house if I knew where you lived. I just pissed my pants, I'm slurring my words. My funds are 1%, I got puke on my shirt. I'm late to work, and I haven't paid my rent. And I'm horny, yes it's corny, but I really miss your smile. And by smile, I mean your butthole, which I want to devour. Please let me put it in your butt. Put it in your butt one more time. I'm serious. Please let me put it in your butt. Put it in your butt one more time. I don't think you understand with anal sex like star-crossed lovers. I got a lethal weapon for your Danny Glover. I'm for a brown eye, poo for a poo. Anal makes me think of my relationship with you. Man, I think I'm gay.
You're gay? What? I didn't know you're still listening. What do we do now? Can we get back together?
Sure. It worked?
Well, now, what do we do?
Well, there's only one thing we can do.
She let me put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time.
One second.
Okay.
That wasn't good enough energy. Whenever Pat drops in, we're a freaking Warped Tour, okay? Whenever he drops, everybody act like it's the best concert you've ever been to in your life. Cool? Well, there's only one thing we can do. She let me put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time. Put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time. She let me put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time. She let me put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time. She let me put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time. Second chance. She let me put it in her butt. Put it in her butt one more time. It's a real life fairy tale. Put it in her butt one more time.
the greatest comedy club on the planet. It's great to be home, good to be back. We just had a crazy long stretch of shows in Cleveland, Cincinnati, Fort Wayne. Thank you to all those amazing cities in the Mideast of America for great shows. We had a lot of fun. I had a crazy plane trip coming home yesterday.
Yeah?
Our guest is a few minutes away, so I'm stalling. So I'm gonna tell you guys this crazy thing. This is a true story. You know this, right? It's unbelievable. So normal thing. We fly all the time, right? It's part of what I do. I've gotten pretty decently good at it. And yesterday I had the front seat of the premium side, not first class, the front of the back, basically, right?
Yeah,
Row
business
7,
class.
seat A. Now that's a window seat. I specifically paid the extra $30 for the fucking window seat, right? Because I know that I'll enjoy it. It was a long flight. It's from Chicago to LA. That's a longer one. Anyway, normal thing. I've gotten good at flying, so I sleep like a baby. I got the big fancy Tempur-Pedic neck pillow, the biggest one possible, like one of those fucking linebacker things. I have the $37 eye cover. It's $37 fucking dollars. Can you imagine how good it must be? It's basically a Tempur-Pedic fucking eye cover. It's thick. It's crazy. So I'm out like a light for about, we'll say, 4 hours, right? I think maybe it's, anyway. We'll say 4 hours. There's about an hour left on the flight when I wake up. I'm waking up, and I have that gray wall in front of me, so there's really nothing to look at. The little TV monitor's off. Right? So I'm trying to focus my eyes. But there's nothing to really focus on. My window shutter's closed, right? And I look, the only thing I see is I'm starting to like wake up, right? I'm getting crap out of my eyes and I'm looking down. My thing was on too tight. My $37 eye cover was on too tight.
Oh.
And I'm looking down, and my eyes start to focus that the guy to my left in the middle seat is texting. So I'm looking, even though it's something I never do, I look at the text message and it says, yeah, where are you at? I'm stuck in the middle seat between two weirdos. This is what I'm waking up to. Right? So I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck am I a weirdo? Why? Because I was sleeping? Like a baby? Just out like a light? How am I possibly a weirdo? And I start thinking to myself, maybe the guy on the other side of this guy is a weirdo and he's sort of exaggerating to his friend via text. So I sort of do a lean forward to see what that guy looks like. Fucking badass cowboy looking dude, badass mustache, fucking leather boots, I mean, well-fitting clothes, right? Cool fucking jacket. He reminded me of like the bartender from or not the bartender, but the guy at the bar in The Big Lebowski, that cool cowboy motherfucker.
You sure you weren't like moaning when you were sleeping?
Don't interrupt me here, Brian. Just let the momentum roll here. So the cowboy guy, right, with the beat you just stepped on, isn't a weirdo, right? He's a badass motherfucker. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm a badass motherfucker. This guy's totally in the wrong. He's a fucking weirdo, right? But then I became sort of a weirdo because I kept looking at everything he was doing on his phone after that. I couldn't help myself. If the first thing I saw was that I'm a fucking weirdo, what else is this guy talking about? And he's going from one text conversation to another, and I see 2, 3, 4 text conversations all about how he's in between two weirdos. Different people. This guy clearly has had his Wi-Fi bumping the 4 hours that I've been asleep, right? And he's just going from one conversation to the next, and I keep watching. He goes, yeah, the guy to my right on the window seat has the window shutter closed. What a weirdo. And another conversation. He goes, yeah, the guy to my right has the window shutter closed. He must be afraid of flying. And all this is happening. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna keep the window shutter closed the whole time. And I look over again, and what do I see him text? His one friend from probably down on land goes, where are you at? Do you know? And he goes, I think I'm flying over the Grand Canyon, but I wouldn't know because the weirdo next to me has his window shutter closed. Finally, I'm like, you know what? I want to say something, right? I want to say something to the fucking guy. I want to go, who the fuck do you think you are, right? But I know that I can't do that because that's just going to end up 2 guys in the front of the plane going, you're a fucking weirdo. No, you're a fucking weirdo. So instead what I do is I reach forward nice and slow and I grab that window shutter by that little bottom part, right? and I slowly start to lift it up. And as I get it just barely up, I put my head right in front of it. I'm just leaning out a window like I've never looked outside before in my life, like a prisoner that just got his first window in years. I'm just fucking filling the window with my head, not even looking at anything. I know what the fuck all that shit looks like. I fly every fucking weekend. I'm not afraid of flying. So I'm just filling the thing with my head a good 15 seconds, and then what do? I reach my hand back up and I grab the top of that fucking shutter, and I slowly lift my head away and go, whoop, like that. Fucking weirdo calling me a weirdo?
It's so weird. I always sleep with that thing down.
Who fucking keeps it open?
I want that sun in my eye the
You
whole
got
time.
the middle seat, you idiot!
Yeah.
Don't accept a middle seat unless you're not gonna be a baby about the window. Windows are closed. There's a bunch of tourists here with the fucking looking out the windows. They're like, why don't you enjoy the process?
Ryan J. Ebelt's here. He draws every episode.
Look at that. Speaking of windows, always a sunny sight to see, the great Ryan J. Ebelt. And yeah, we just did a whole crazy week on the road, and we're about to do it again this week. We're going to Lexington to do some stand-up, and then we're doing that big rescheduled Kill Tony in Nashville this Sunday. That's a big one for us. September 20th, we're in Lansing, Michigan, doing Kill Tony and stand-up. Same with Grand Rapids the next day, September 21st. And then the next day, Detroit, Michigan, September 22nd, doing a Kill Tony there with our guest Danny Brown and some special surprises. Then the next week, we're in Toronto. I'm doing some stand-up shows and some crazy stuff. That's a big festival. That's JFL Toronto. And then we are doing a Kill Tony there on the 28th of September at midnight. That's Friday at midnight.
A midnight show.
That is gonna be fucking chaos. They put us in this beautiful Regal Theater, and we're gonna burn the bitch down. October 3rd through the 6th, I'm doing stand-up in Chicago, and then November 9th, we're at Venus de Milo in Swansea, I think I'm saying that right, Massachusetts, outside of Boston, between Boston and Providence, smack dab right in the middle. So, you know, we had a lot of people driving from a lot of different places.
4 hours.
Shows, yeah.
That was great.
So, yeah, good luck. And then November 13th, we're in San Antonio doing Kill Tony in a stand-up show. The 14th in Austin, the 15th in Houston, and the 16th in Fort Worth. That's all in November. That's a 4-day stretch. Actually, it's a 5-day stretch because we have 5 days in Fort Worth. Damn, we sold this motherfucker out tonight. Give yourselves a hand for being an amazing audience. Pack this bitch. We did it. All right. So yeah, there's a bunch of Kill Tonys happening. Thanks everybody for watching on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, our brand new home. We just we are perhaps the what we would call the last to the YouTube party. But here we are. We have finally arrived. A lot of people were wondering, where's Kill Tony going to end up? Netflix? Comedy Central? YouTube. We're on YouTube, everyone. We did it. Breaking new ground. Took 5 years to sign our deal with YouTube.
Our Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Fort Wayne shows will be uploaded to YouTube this week also. So if you want 3 extra episodes, check it out, youtube.com/KillTony.
And be sure to check out Roast Battle on Comedy Central on Tuesday nights at 10. In a couple weeks, there's going to be a special treat for all you Kill Tony fans out there, as I will be taking on the undefeated, undisputed, defending Roast Battle champion, Mike Lawrence. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. It's going to be one of the toughest things I've ever done. Luckily, I've written for the last 6 or 7 Comedy Central roasts, and I was built for that shit, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we should bring the band up first? What do you think? You guys like bands? How many of you are fans of this show? Then you guys know what's up. Every single week, these guys commit to different characters, and I never know what they're going to be. They actually, for the first time ever, slid the sliding doors in their special green room closed. I think they were up to something for a while back there. And I'm really excited to see what they do. They are unbelievably great, just killed it on the road, and here they are. They're the best damn band in the land. They're the Kill Tony band. Jeremiah Watkins, Joel Jimenez, and Chroma Chris. Come on guys, you gotta make some noise. Holy Fighter. Wow. Perhaps some of the most committed characters I've ever seen.
I just tore my ACL, Tony.
Wow. We have the methed out Karate Kid. And fuck yeah, Chroma Chris has gone full lesbo for this one. And then we have what is it? Someone that drowned trying to swim here from Mexico?
Blanca.
Oh, Blanca. That's right. It's Blanca?
Is it Blanca? Yeah.
It is Blanca, Tony.
Hell yeah. Well, man, I'm excited to see how much fun we have here with the Street Fighters. This should be... I never really played that much Street Fighter, but I guess you guys will remind me of what I forgot.
Well, Ryu usually has more muscles than that, but...
And Red Band is on a keto diet.
Wow, the Street Fighter versus the Meat Fighter. Oh,
I like that.
pure keto over here. So, I don't know. Maybe we should explain the show a little bit more. Another few minutes. Josh, can you hear me? Josh, can you hear me? God, I can hear him talking back there. That he can't hear me because he's talking about something. Anyway, so we have a fun show here. This isn't even everything. It's not over yet, people. In fact, we haven't even begun. Over 40 or 50 comedians signed their names for the chance to do 60 seconds on this stage tonight. You know their time is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. That means wrap it up then, or else you're gonna bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Sounds furious tonight. And then we interview you and talk with you about your life or anything else that's going on that we might find interesting about you. What does that say? Oh, okay, perfect. What do you guys say we go through one before our guest arrives? Would that be okay? See what happens? It's like a Kill Tony Road show. No guest. Well, we did have Andy Kindler on that Fort Wayne episode, and let me tell you something.
So good.
Holy shit. That fucking guy's hilarious. Make sure you go back and listen to Fort Wayne. If you like jokes, you'll love that episode. All right, you guys ready to start this thing? I pulled a name out of the fucking bucket. It's about to go down. Put your hands together for an uninterrupted 60 seconds from Tatenda Mudzi. Tatenda.
Hello. How's it going? I'm from Zimbabwe. Coming to LA, I didn't realize how behind the times we are in my country. Like things that are still big in the 90s, like that were big in the 90s here, are huge over there. Like people in Zimbabwe love Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know, they're still doing like the double punch. They love Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? So things that were big in the 90s here are still big over there, like AIDS, for example. It used to be big here, not so much, still big where I'm from. Like it's, you know, the thing about AIDS that pisses me off, it's like it's the reason why Zimbabwe will never have like its own superhero or like an action star, because the diseases are more important than the people. You know, like if we were to have an Avengers, it'd be like Captain AIDS, like Iron Deficiency Man, the Incredible HIV, Black Widow, whose husband was killed by Captain...
Jesus, I feel like we're just Tatenda Mudzi. So, who is the most famous person from Zimbabwe?
Probably me.
Really?
No. There's a singer, Oliver Mtukudzi, who's pretty famous.
Oliver Mtukudzi.
Yeah.
I wonder what his music
there's
sounds like.
there's like...
What's his music sound like?
Is that him?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. No, there's Danai Gurira from Walking Dead and Black Panther, and Tongai Teresa from
the Jim Gaffigan Show, and
Do people watch TV a lot in Zimbabwe? Is that a popular thing?
Yeah.
Is it mostly American TV or?
It's a mix. There's American TV, a lot of British stuff, a lot of stuff from Canada for some reason.
Ew.
And I know.
Probably
And,
because it's cheap.
yeah, probably. There's some like African shows.
At any
as
given
well.
time in Canada, it's just 4 channels of those wacky bench moving shows, like, you know. It's like, whoa! People like slipping on banana peels and shit.
Sure.
Anyway, you always wear your sunglasses on your collar like that? That's pretty
Apparently, it just kind of happens. Sometimes I do that.
cool. How long you been doing stand-up?
About 7 years.
7 years. How much here in LA?
Probably like 6 months between the time, because I was in Zimbabwe for a while making a film, and back in, I was in New York City doing some stand-up, and then back in LA for a bit as well.
How old were you when you moved out of Zimbabwe?
18.
What are some of the scariest animals that you've encountered in Zimbabwe? They have crazy animals over there, like
I live in the suburbs, so not really.
you lived in the subway?
Suburbs. Oh no, we don't have a subway. That's, yeah.
Not even the sandwich shop?
No.
Really?
That's an American chain.
It's global. I mean, probably not in Zimbabwe. I know you guys
Yeah,
probably
no.
have like food shortages and everything, so it's probably hard to upkeep a Zimbabwe there. Hey, look everybody, it's our guest, Russell Peters! Hi, Russell.
Hey, what did I miss?
This is Tatenda. He's from Zimbabwe.
Tatenda?
Hey, how's it
How
going?
nice of you to attend.
There we go. Russell's right in. Didn't miss a beat. You're all caught up. We were just talking about crazy animals in Zimbabwe. You
Well, it's
lived in
Africa,
Zimbabwe.
so you probably got the big 5.
We have the big 5, but like I said,
Oh, what are
have
the
a
big,
big 9.
what's the big 5? Is that like a basketball team or something?
It's like
sporting
It's like a lion,
Elephant, giraffe, rhino.
rhino, buffalo, I think.
No, not buffalo.
Like,
sure
I grew
you're
up in,
African?
yeah. I grew up in the suburbs.
And
so.
Crips.
What are the suburbs of Zimbabwe like compared to the city?
The suburbs are South Africa, Mozambique.
Pretty accurate, actually. They look actually a lot like LA. We have jacaranda trees, you know, the trees with the purple leaves, flowers, same kind of trees.
We don't call them that here.
Huh.
You probably call them purple blossoms or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. Even your trees are darker than ours.
I guess so. I mean, though I did go on a safari once in South Africa, and we saw these like really white, like albino lions, basically. There's like a whole compound of them.
What were they doing? Ruling over the darker ones?
No, just like, actually they were just like running
Imposing
around.
their will. Their lion religions.
Running free while the darker ones were in cages.
Actually, when you go in there, you enter the cage as well. Like, it's a big compound.
I too have
They're
gone
living
to one of
well.
those in South Africa. Which one did you go to?
I think it's called it's by Lesedi, I think. I can't remember
Is
the
it
name
near
of it.
Joburg, Cape Town, Durban?
Outside of Joburg.
Outside Joburg.
Like
so-
Joburg? Wait, what?
Oh, I forgot the green guy was.
Weren't you on the show last week in Whiteface?
Yeah, took a chance. We remember. I was just ignoring it, giving you a fresh shot. That's how nice of a guy I am. Trying to erase the memories of that bomb fest that was just last week.
I'm sad I missed his set.
Well,
Was it no good?
this one was good, but last week he did something in whiteface. He took 2 surgical masks and put them on his
It's an
face.
experiment, you know.
It was definitely an experiment. You're much likable being yourself. Anyway, Tatenda, we're going to move on quickly because Russell just got here and I want to have a little restart, have him see somebody fresh. So there he goes, Tatenda Mbuzi. Up last week, very lucky guy. Said something like 3 times in 4 or 5 weeks. Russell, welcome to the show.
Hey, Tony.
Russell
Sorry.
Peters is here, everyone. Yeah, we love it. Whatever it takes to get you, buddy. Glad you're back. It's been a while. And the band is Street Fighter tonight. I don't know if you noticed.
I noticed that.
You ever play the game Street
Of
Fighter?
course, that's Ryu, right? That's, what's the other guy's name? Luke?
That's Ellen DeGeneres down there.
90s Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
That's Blanca.
Hey, yeah, Russell got it. I love it. You guys ready to keep this thing moving along? You get it, right? Uninterrupted 60 seconds, and then we talk to you afterwards. Anything can happen. Put your hands together for Brandon Jordan. Here we go. Let's see you move. Oh, he's over here. Yeah, here he is, Brandon Jordan.
What's up, y'all? My name is Brandon Jordan from Detroit, Michigan. Anybody been to Detroit before? Why did y'all go? I couldn't wait to get out of Detroit, man. Since I was a little kid, I always wanted to move to LA. Been a Laker fan all my life. You know, Nick Van Exel, Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones, you know, them days. Moved to LA, I've been here 6 months, man. And LA is some bullshit. I already got $1,500 in parking tickets. Got my car towed twice. And I stay in a 350 square foot studio apartment for $1,200 a month. With a roommate. I didn't realize how much of a king I was in Detroit. In Detroit, I had a 2-bedroom apartment. Wood floors, washer and dryer for $300 a month. Even the girl across the hall would let me hit sometimes when her boyfriend went to work. All right, I'm Brandon.
Hell yeah, Brandon Jordan. Damn, here, step up to the mic. So Brandon, that's all true?
Yeah, that's all true.
Hey,
Wow.
Brandon, what time did you finish your shift at Shake Shoes?
5 o'clock.
Because you're still wearing your work shirt.
Brandon, $1,200 for a studio apartment with the roommate? You guys splitting rent?
Yep.
That's why you have a roommate.
Tony, he said 1,200. It's different.
It's slightly more manageable than 100.
What do you do for a living, Brandon?
I'm a manager at She Choose.
Wait a second. You really do that? Is that a joke? Oh, I didn't realize you were allowed to wear. I didn't realize they were allowed to wear sweatpants at that place.
I love that place. That's a good
Damn.
story.
I've never been there.
I am a manager at Kicking Ass, and yes, I work full time.
Finish it.
Different video game, jerk.
My bad.
Brandon, how long you been working at the shoe place?
Almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years. And you transferred from the Detroit location to LA.
Well, no, actually, I started working in Detroit, and
And Shake Shoes?
actually, yeah, She Choose, and after a while, they transferred me, so I didn't move to a couple different cities. That's how I ended up in LA. The store I managed in Texas closed down, and they moved me out here.
Wait, Texas closed down, but Detroit didn't?
Yeah, Detroit closed down too.
Okay,
But I
yeah, that
left
makes
Detroit before they closed down.
Okay. Sure.
That's how I met. That's where I met you.
How'd you meet me?
At down in Fort Worth.
Oh,
Hyenas.
okay. Oh, all right.
Yep.
And what part of Detroit you from?
East Side, 7 Mile Orion.
You familiar with 7 Mile and Gratiot?
Yes, I am.
I used to go shopping there at G7 Menswear.
Oh, okay.
You know that spot?
Yeah, I know this
It's run by the Koreans. They have fake everything.
Yeah, take everything.
Before I had money, I bought that shit.
What would you do for fun in Detroit that you can't do here?
Dodge bullets.
Yes, I.
You can do that
That's,
here.
you can do that here too. That's a good compliment, you know. But in Detroit, casinos.
Ah,
Yeah, the Motown
we got
casino.
real casinos in Detroit.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you can go to Windsor and get the real ones too.
Yeah, that's true. But
And you can
no,
also
it's
drink.
none in LA. So.
What would you play at the casinos?
Roulette.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my game, right?
Would you play the same numbers every time, or
Yeah.
would you?
Same
Yeah.
numbers.
What are the numbers?
7, 21, 5, 20, 14.
Those are good
That's
numbers.
almost all the numbers.
7 and 21 are 2 of my top 5.
Oh yeah, it's
Anyway, so Brandon, now that you're here in LA, you've been doing more stand-up?
Yeah, I've been doing more stand-up.
Right, a lot of open mics.
Open mic, some shows too.
You making friends with other comedians?
Yeah, I had some friends before I moved out here too, so that made the transition easy.
Okay. How far along the transition are you?
Still have the goatee.
And I can tell since you're wearing sweatpants, you have a dick and balls. All right, Brandon. What
You know,
else? Is that true that you used to have sex with the chick across the hall?
Yeah, sure.
Wow. How's the game with the ladies been going since your moved out?
It started off, she called me one day. She was like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. You want to eat some pussy? I was like, I ain't got shit else to do, so let's go.
Did you ask her what was for dessert? You want to eat some pussy? What you got for dessert?
Man,
Because I'm lactate intolerant. Because she was lactating.
How did she
Get the titties.
How did she have your number?
Oh, she actually worked for a similar company at the time. I was working for Little Caesars at the time. And
First of all, I didn't know you had all these great corporate jobs. But
I didn't have about over 30 jobs in my life. But
So we worked at Little Caesars and she was hot and ready.
and $5.
And so she worked for another company.
But then he
that I was
turned it
trying to
down and
work
said,
for.
no, I'm more of a meat lover.
Ryu is throwing shots.
Right.
I do not trust a man who lays with another man's wife.
Was she white or black?
She was black.
She was black. And then you went over there. Damn, Aphrodite's in the house. Cheering for random things.
Angie Stone's happy.
So you went over there, you ate her pussy. How long would you say you ate it for?
Probably about 10, 15 minutes. I like eating pussy.
And then what happened? You ate it for 10 or 15 minutes,
10, 15
and then what?
Did you let
And then
her?
what? Oh, then I hit it.
Oh yeah, you gave her your city.
And then after, did you
Yeah,
say,
give
did
her-
I do that?
What did her husband do for work? Do you know?
I don't know. I never even met him.
Really? Never met him. But he lived across the hall
No, that was
too?
all. I used to see him. I see him walk past, but I never really speak to him.
I bet.
You should have just walked up to him and burped in his face.
That smells familiar. I can't put my tongue on it.
Hey, my man, I want to holler at you. Brr.
Man, that's crazy. What did she do? She worked at Little Caesars with you?
No, she worked at another company that I was trying to work for because I was trying to leave Little Caesars, and that's how we ended up changing numbers. So she was trying to. No.
Well, I love it, man. Fun times. Welcome to LA. It's a hard road coming from Detroit to here, and I'm glad that everything's working out for you. We met him here for the first time. That's Brandon Jordan, everybody. There he goes. He's on The Original Comedy. It's just the letter. So if you spell it out, it's Original Comedy.
Not aboriginal.
No.
It's actually at original.
Yeah. The Original, the letter B. Tatenda is at TA1ODA. And your next comedian goes by the name of Mark Walker. Mark Walker. Mark Walker? Let's see, blacklist towards us. No.
Get out of here.
Well, why don't you look at that? It's last time this young lady was on this show, she absolutely destroyed. She had her best set ever on this show. I don't want to raise the expectations too much. She is a legend here on Kill Tony. 62 fucking years old. She shows up every week. You know her, you love her. It's Aphrodite! Come on, make some noise, everybody.
How y'all doing? Right now, I'm hornier than the Catholic priest. I'm hornier than the Catholic priest. It's been months now. I see these good-looking black men, you know, the ones that about some that our sisters would like to date. They say they only date white women. Giving all that black dick to white women. You know, brothers get successful, they want some of that Ku Klux Klan pussy. Oh yeah. They want some of that Emmett Till, get your black ass killed pussy. Oh yeah. I just want to tell the brothers, PCA announcement, when that white cop pull you your black ass over, you better tell him you driving Miss Daisy. You better tell him you a motherfucking Uber driver. Cause he find out you fucking that white woman, your ass is gonna get laid down!
Damn. You're just the most special goddamn thing in the world. How long has it been since you started stand-up?
Almost 2 years now.
2 years, and you've been doing this show up, and you've been signing up off and on for 2 years.
Yes, almost 2
And
years.
you are a perfect example of someone that we have literally only watched get better. It is one of the coolest things, you know, just working beats. You started this late, you're having fun with it, you're showing up, you're learning, you're listening, you know, you're having fun with it, always smiling every damn Monday. And it's just so cool to watch you, you know, I mean, you were working beats up there. You know, it wasn't necessarily, you know, a slaughter fest, but there you are, trying new stuff, taking chances, and doing it all with that sweet, sweet, fat ass. Look at that fucking thing. My God, I just can't help myself.
I just want to know all these young people, I'm tired of these young motherfuckers. They ain't got all their ass.
No, you're damn right.
What's her name? Lonse, Nicki Minaj, they ain't got all their ass. Yeah, this is real ass. This ain't no. That's that cornbread world ass. You know what I'm saying?
That fucking thing is unbelievable. Ryu is completely erect right now. Those of you listening to the podcast, his dick has a red ribbon tied at the top of it.
I just Hadoukened my pants.
I just don't believe you have to look like an old person just because you're in your 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no. You have one of the youngest spirits. I feel like a lot of people try to come up here and pretend to be wiser and older than they are, and then there's you just fucking ass backwards. Literally.
The ass is actually in the right place.
Figuratively.
Yeah, thanks to my grandmother, she had that astronomical ass.
Oh shit, I see what you did there. So your grandma had a fat ass too.
Oh, my daddy's mom, she had no breasts, but she had that big Jedi booty.
Jedi.
Jedi booty.
You a Star Wars?
The ass jets out and come back in.
You got top and bottom.
Yeah. Oh, this is my mama up here.
Well, hello, Mom.
Yeah, 82. She's 86 and she got bigger titties than the women with the implants and shit.
Daddy, how long has McDonald's been dressing you?
Somebody said you gonna say that like that all night.
You better catch
Somebody
up.
said that.
Just by looking at you, I know what you like on your hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly
I'm
relish.
about to give you some though. The muscle man's back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jedi ass is It's weird that your grandma had a Jedi ass because you have the Darth Vader helmet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So do I.
Talk about dark.
And I'm selling afros for white people, $29.95.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else in life been good?
Oh,
What do you do? What do you
fantastic.
do on the other days? I see you every Monday night. You always make a point to say hello. You're always positive and fun. And what does Tuesday through Sunday look like for Aphrodite?
Well, I have different things to do.
Yeah.
I've done some other mics as well.
Yeah, what about other than mics and other than music? We know that you sing. What
yeah,
else though?
Shows are coming up.
Yeah. We know. But I'm talking about other stuff.
Okay.
Like what stuff other than art? Like what do you like to do when you're just
Well,
chilling?
I'm really an artist at heart. I like to write. I have a second book I'm working on.
I think you're missing the question here.
Okay, tell me again.
Other than anything that has to do with art or plugging anything.
Okay.
What else do? You like to watch TV?
Well, no, actually, I don't watch TV. I study ancient Egypt history. I love studying history.
How do you do that? You read books?
I go get books from the library, and I look at a lot of documentaries. I love everything about ancient Egypt. Aliens, all that kind of stuff. It's good. I'm an alien, okay? Yeah, the Anunnakis, all
Have you
that
ever heard of a
stuff.
show called Ancient Aliens?
Oh, I'll watch anything if you refer me to it. I love
No,
reading.
don't watch it. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's where I spend a lot of time reading, watching stuff. I go out. I like to observe people. It helps me with material and writing songs, everything. I like real people.
What's a cool fun fact that you've learned about ancient Egypt that you could share with us?
That.
By the way, I know for a fact that the pyramids are wondering how your ass was built.
It was actually astronomical, okay?
Aphrodite, you already did that joke.
Well, you made me go there, okay? But anyway, anyway, what I like about the ancient Egyptians, some of the smartest people that ever was on the planet. A lot of people, unfortunately, are racist. They don't want to know that black people came here first. Sorry. But it's true. And we came from aliens. That's how we built the fucking pyramids. Seriously.
Our kitchen staff came from illegal aliens.
Go look up the Anunnakis. This is some cool shit, y'all. Everybody's black anyway, so it's
Did
no
you
problem.
say the anal Naki?
The Anunnakis, Annunaki.
Anal Naki, alright.
Anunnakis, motherfucker.
Well, that speaks.
Man,
They cool though. They cool.
Aphrodite, that is so cool. So we learned something here tonight.
Yeah.
You had a fun set. You're smiling. You had fun again.
Yes.
I absolutely love your passion for this show.
I love you, Tony. You are my best teacher. You really
Wow!
are.
Look at
You
that.
are.
There you go.
Yes, and I love everybody here. You guys don't know it means so much to be in my school.
Okay. Aphrodite.
I
love you too. You're the
And my
best.
ass loves you too.
Oh shit!
Congratulations on your mom's Nefertiti.
Yes, no stuffers, no feelings. This is Grease made. Grease.
All right, Aphrodite. There she goes. 62 years old. The great Aphrodite, everybody. She's on Twitter at Aphrodite Love. That's spelled AFRODYETELOVE. It's fun, right? People of all shapes and sizes.
I would like to hit her sphincter.
Really, Jeremy?
All right, this young lady's been on before. Was very funny. Put your hands together for Rachel Wolfson.
What's up? I was a big tomboy growing up. Now they call it transgender. I feel like my mom made my sister and I ugly on purpose because that was her form of birth control. Like I was completely unfuckable as a child. I had a mullet. Sometimes I wonder. No one wants to fuck a kid with a mullet. Let's be honest. Like no one. But like sometimes I wonder if they would have tried. Like if someone would have tried to fuck me because my mom's a judge. She put O.J. Simpson in prison. So basically, O.J. Simpson got sent to prison by the same woman who sent me to my room. But we got out.
Man, that's crazy that your mom's a judge.
Yeah.
Vegas?
Born and raised.
Judy?
Jackie.
Judge?
She's like the Jewish judge.
Judge Judy. You can't get much Jurier than Judge Judy.
She's like younger and more bonable.
So she really doesn't like baloney.
I don't, Judy.
If I remember correctly, she worked on the O.J. Simpson trial. Is that right?
She put him in prison.
Yeah, put him in prison. That's sweet.
Yeah. She definitely just said that during her set.
I wasn't paying attention.
I like your style. You remind me if there was a female Silent Bob.
Thank you. He made a lot of money.
Yeah, he did. That's one way of looking at it. Fuck yeah. He made a lot of money. And so how long have you been doing stand-up?
Almost 2 years.
All here in LA.
Correct.
How old are you?
Old enough to know better.
Wow.
I'm 31.
Sly answers from Rachel today. What do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm looking for another job. I'm like professionally looking for another job.
Okay.
No, I smoke weed for a living.
Wow.
Cool. I street fight to the death.
Didn't I see you couldn't get into like a club recently because you had like a jar
Yeah.
this big in your purse of
Vegas,
weed?
yeah, like Vegas is not like always 420 friendly. I tried to get into the club. The guy checks my bag and he's like, "Nope, that's not allowed here." And I was like, "Fuck." I was denied. I was like, I didn't want to be. It's not my scene. I don't want to be here anyways.
What club was it?
It was they just opened up a new club at the top of the Palms.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Apex Social Club.
But you can't be bringing that much weed and be social.
No, they're like, no weed, just all the other drugs. I was like, you're a racist against Weed.
Do you always travel with that much weed though? Don't you ever
This-
just carry a joint?
I forgot. I had a giant jar. Didn't take it out. Thought maybe
How
they
big
were
is this
cool.
jar?
It was like up to half the water bottle filled with weed. So it was big enough.
I pictured a fucking Costco mail.
No, it was a mason jar. It was like a jar you get at like fucking world's best furniture. I don't know.
So what type of job are you looking for?
Something that will pay me during the day so I can do this at night.
So when you say something that'll pay you during the day, like what type of job are you looking for?
I prefer to keep my
Like,
clothes
is that
on.
what you Google when you're looking for employment?
I'm like,
Something
jobs
during day
where I
to
can
pay
keep-
for nighttime.
My clothes on and still.
I mean, the good strippers don't work in the day, so.
Yeah, for sure, you're right. But like they do have day strippers.
No, they do, but it's like a day shift. I mean, it's,
You're right. You don't think I could get the day shift?
I mean, do you want it? You're the.
You're right. I want to make money, but I can't be a day stripper.
Yeah, it's, you get to sit in the C-section. It's all nice.
I don't want to be. Yeah, I don't want to be a second string stripper. I want if I were to.
So like what type of job might you be looking for?
I guess a serving job. Something.
How about like in the entertainment business, like they're.
I would like to get like a writer's job, like in a writer's room. I'd like to get in a writer's room. Any
I would give it some time.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the possibility of serving. So have you applied anywhere?
I have. I've applied. I've reapplied to a job that I no longer work at. Like that's how I was like, maybe they'll let me come back and forget.
No, the coffee bean never forgets.
I'll try Starbucks.
Were you fired from that job, or did you quit that job?
Uh,
The one that you
I fired
reapplied
myself.
for.
Yeah, no, I just like I'm not gonna come back for like forever until I might need to come
You
back.
took a leave of absence
Yeah.
without telling them.
I took a is it a sabbatical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
If
you
you're
are.
gonna be a writer, you're gonna need to know sabbatical.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sabbatical.
What about working at a dispensary?
I was working at a dispensary, they cut my hours. I was like, that's not how it's supposed to work.
I bet that's what everybody that gets their hours cut at a dispensary says.
People at McDonald's that get their hours cut say the same thing.
I'm like, what?
What about like McDonald's or Burger King?
I'm overqualified. I should just lie.
I mean, you don't look 31, so you could like just be like.
I still have time. There's still hope for me.
Yeah. IHOP.
Yes,
What
there
about
is.
IHOP?
Yes.
IHOP.
Here's the thing: you want to go to places where you're going to meet people.
IHOP is where I
IHOP's
should
a good
go.
place because that's where like a lot of people go and they think it's under the radar.
Are those the right kind of people I should
I
be
don't
meeting? The
know. I
IHOP?
don't go there. I do go there.
Is
I
that-
too live in Vegas, by the way.
You too? What part?
In Henderson.
Oh, word. I've heard of that place. I live on the other side.
Summerlin?
Yeah,
The better
that's
part of
my
town.
hood.
You're in the better part of town.
Yeah, for sure.
What is your professional judge mother think about your lack of focus in pot smoking? Because to be honest with you, I'm very disappointed, and I just met you.
Listen, you should call my mom. She would share the concern. I feel the concern. But
Isn't weed supposed to make you focus?
But not as
Yeah.
much as she smokes. She smokes from like when she wakes up to goes to bed like all
I
day
mean,
long.
I had only 3 joints today. I'm fine.
When do you start? The second you wake up?
Not today. It depends on the day. Some days I smoke more, some days I smoke less, some days I have just 1 joint. Like, I think people think I'm just like chiefing all 24. Red Band thinks I am.
then
This
you
girl
call it
never puts down the
chiefing.
pipe.
Okay.
Chiefing.
I don't smoke. I don't know.
Oh. You've never smoked weed?
I did. I didn't like it.
Okay.
It wasn't for me.
I feel like
It's not that I'm against it. It didn't work for me. I like
cocaine is
alcohol.
cool too.
I'm a jerk. I like alcohol. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, Russell went the more whole career direction.
Stupid, right? Yeah.
All right, Rachel. Well, we'll get an update next time you're on. Fun stuff tonight. There she goes, Rachel Wolfson. She's on Twitter at Wolfie Comedy. All right. We're having fun. Ryu, how you doing over there?
Good.
All right. It's ladies' night here on Kill Tony. Put your hands together for Veronica Kwiatkowski. That's definitely a new name. Here she comes. Pretty sure it's her first time on Kill Tony. Put it together for Veronica Kwiatkowski.
familiar with the popular poultry franchise Hooters? No? Okay, so get this. Apparently, to get hired at Hooters, the way that it works is you go down there and they have you stand right up against a wall. And if your boobs touch the wall before your nose does, then hooray, you're hired at Hooters. Which is cool. It's kind of like their way of saying, Hooters, we don't hire Jews. I don't work at Hooters, I work in an office. And it's like a pretty standard office job kind of setup. Like I just sit in a cubicle and like use the word bandwidth a lot. I know the cubicles get kind of a bad rep, but honestly, I don't mind it at all. Like I actually can't think of a more perfect place to just sit and silently cry between the hours of 9 to 5. But it's okay, because I keep a cup underneath my face to kind of collect all the tears, and then I use that to water the plant at my desk. Visionary, I know. I love it.
There you go. Veronica Kwiatkowski. This is your first time on the show, right? How long have you been doing stand-up?
I'm in like year 2.
Year 2.
Yeah.
All here in LA?
Yeah.
This is where you're from?
I'm from San Diego.
San Diego. How long has it been since you moved here?
I've been here for 6 years. I went to school here and I just kind of stayed.
Where'd you go?
UCLA.
What'd you study?
Economics.
And what do you do now? What did you say you do?
For a job?
Yeah.
I write podcast ads.
You do what?
Yeah, I write.
Have you ever written one for Kill Tony?
What's that?
Have you ever written one for this one?
No, I don't think you're on our network.
Ooh.
But
What's your...
You must not have 4 hymns.
Yeah, you must not be working with ZipRecruiter for
I do.
Hymns.com, Blue
Smart
Apron.
Pattern.
Oh, you do work with them. Well, so do I.
Yeah, I work at Stitcher, and then we just all the ads that come in.
Oh,
I like
Stitcher.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's good. Just making sure you weren't hating on us
No,
for a
not at
second.
all. Not at all.
Anyway, that's interesting that you write them because they sort of say put it in your own words, right?
Yeah, they'll send us stuff, and we just try to make it like as not bad as you can.
Right.
And sort of give guiding questions to help people ad-lib. Because a lot of posts are not funny. A lot of podcasts are.
Right.
I mean, they're great.
Yeah, no, I know. Thank you. I've been doing
You guys
this
do
for
a
over
great
5 years.
Yeah.
Thanks, Veronica. I really needed your validation.
You're welcome.
I think you're doing great, Tony.
Thank you, Russell.
I like your pants. They are good for fighting.
Now, have you ever tried to get a job at Hooters before? Is that like something that's real about the nose and the
I tried, but I failed the nose test.
Me too.
I would never.
Are you Jewish?
I am.
Right. What do your parents do?
My dad's a psychiatrist.
Oh.
Keeping in the Jewish fashion.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't work. She's thriving.
All right.
Is your dad Polish?
Yes.
Like real or
Yeah.
like American?
We were like Holocaust escape Polish.
So not real.
Yeah.
Does he try to be your psychiatrist and solve your problems a lot?
Kind of, yeah.
Is that annoying? Does he always have you lay down on the couch and shit?
Yeah, my house is just couches. That's all it is. We don't have a floor. Just couch to couch.
They still live in San Diego?
They do, yeah.
Does he still practice?
Yeah.
Is he getting better?
I'm not sure.
What do you do for fun?
I like to watch TV. No, I like to watch TV.
You have any special skills or hobbies or talents or anything like that?
I'm really good at jigsaw puzzles. Yeah.
First of all, I'm getting hard.
I know. I just
Jigsaw puzzles?
Yeah, I have no friends at all. I just sit at home.
Do you live by yourself?
Yes, with my puzzles.
Do you have any cats?
No pets?
How about a puzzle of a cat?
If you had to guess how many puzzles you do a year, what would that number be?
You seem puzzled by this.
Take a guess. Ballpark it.
20.
Wow. 20 puzzles a
Yeah.
year. When's the last time you have a boyfriend?
No.
How long has it been since you had a boyfriend?
Like 9 months?
9
You
months.
still picking up the pieces?
Yes.
What
What happened in your relationship? Like, why'd you guys break up?
He was like, all you do is puzzles and you don't pay attention to me.
Yeah, seriously, why'd you guys break up?
It just wasn't right.
Just wasn't working. What did he do for work?
He works in music.
Oh.
Like what do you mean he works in music?
He's a DJ.
Like a radio DJ or like a club DJ?
Like a real DJ or
I think so.
push
I
play?
didn't really listen to music.
You don't listen to music?
Not his music. I was like,
What was he playing?
Like the.
Oots, oots,
Yeah,
oots.
yeah.
Ah.
I prefer silence and puzzles.
Wow.
And your last name's Kwiatkowski.
Exactly, yeah.
That is incredible. Puzzles was your second thing to TV.
Yeah, I feel like I made myself like so unpopular.
I think what she does is, no, you're an attractive woman.
Thank you.
But,
Just with boring interests.
there's a difference between attractive and sexy, but I mean, you're attractive. Like, you are a very attractive woman. What do? Puzzles and TV. Oh, here.
The boner
That doesn't mean you
destroyer.
can't fix it. I mean, you know.
It's true.
Put the puzzle down!
Maybe if they hire me at Hooters, I'll gain some status.
No, we don't. You don't need to be slutty.
What's something wild about you? We know that you like to watch TV, do puzzles. What's something that we'd be surprised about? Like I mean, you gotta have something. I know a lot of. I've met a few. You know, in my days here in LA, I've hung out with a couple Jewish girls that seem innocent and sweet, and it turns out there's a fucking wild side, right? What's something like that for you?
Do you think there is that? Just before you answer that.
This is my wild thing for people, but here it's not exciting, so I don't know. So,
She's the kind of girl you marry.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, she seems like a great person. Are you kidding me? I'd kill myself after 20 minutes. I'm so fucking bored.
You would actually kill Tony?
That's like the kind of girl you look for that you never find, you know?
Yeah.
No, that's the kind of girl you look for.
And she registers at Hobby Lobby?
Love it. Well, Veronica, it was very nice to meet you. There she goes. Her first time on Kill Tony. Veronica. Alright.
She's cool.
Oh, look at Ryan getting the last word on Veronica. I don't know if you heard me the other night. I said she's cool while you were walking back to your seat. Yeah. All right. This looks like another new name. Put your hands together for Corina Segun. Seguna? Seguna? Corina. If there's a Corina, it's you. Here she comes. All women. One more time for Corina, everybody.
I'm really stupidly insecure about some shit. I don't like dancing in the club and a song about a big butt comes on. Anytime Sir Mix-a-Lot comes on, I'm like, it seems like a good time to go to the bathroom. Because the minute I do this, some guys will be like, hey, sit down. This song is not for you. I'm like, you know what? I'm checking what my mama gave me, you know? He's like, well, your mama's stingy. Well, her mama was stingy, and I'm gonna just keep going. Because it's like that song, when you're happy and you know it, comes on, you clap even though you're still miserable. That's me, I just shake my ass even though I ain't got it. That's all I got.
You got it. That's a minute. Hi, Karina.
Hi.
This is your first time on the show.
First time.
Look at you. You're just adorable. How old are you?
I look 12, but I'm 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
28. You have braces.
I know, it's killer.
And glasses.
You better brace yourself for this interview.
It's helping my dating life.
Hell yeah. 28 years old with braces. I think that's when the orthodontist recommends it, right? Hell yeah. How much longer you got the braces for?
6 more months.
Wow. You must be excited.
So excited.
You're gonna have an unveiling party?
There's gonna be a selfie post for sure
Oh, yeah.
on Instagram.
Little quinceañera or something like that.
That's next year.
Yeah.
2 years.
I got a slow clap.
Yeah, this is the first time Joel's been here at the same time as Jolena. This is interesting. I didn't realize. Anyway, Karina, how long have you been doing stand-up?
Since the end of May.
Since the
This
end
year.
of May. I guess I'll do the math on this.
2 months?
There you
2
go.
months?
Hell yeah.
I'm originally born in Long Beach, but I live in Inland Empire, Claremont.
I have faced many foes in Long Beach.
We're pretty tough out there.
I have an ex-wife from Upland, so I know all about that. So be careful.
So what made you want to start doing stand-up at 28?
Well, I usually bartend, and I got some good
You look like the
material
bar.
with that. I know.
A bar? What's the skinny on that?
Wow, I didn't get that one at all. You look like the bar. What was that? Can you explain that for us?
Well, she's skinny. I thought a bar.
Oh.
And then I was supposed to be skinny on that.
Wow. Wait, I think he's getting boobs, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm not here boobs.
This is a guy that started his career with his own chant, and now it's come to this.
And you get booze from the bartender.
Hey, look at that. Came full circle. Like a bar! Anyway, Karina, what do you do for work?
Well, I'm a bartender.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, you're built like the bar.
I know. What's the skinny on that?
What do you ID yourself?
Yeah, good ones.
Thanks, Joel. Is this the rest of the show? Good one.
Hey, Joel, two guys walk into a Karina.
Ouch.
That's good. I like that.
Ryu?
You are all bringing dishonor to your family.
Karina, you are unbelievably funny for only doing this 2 months.
Well, I mean, I've been fighting my whole life, but I decided to make it known to everybody else, you know?
Are you enjoying your short journey so far?
I love it. I fell in love with it. I did my first open mic in May, and I told myself if I didn't like it, then at least I could say I did it, and I just fell in love with it.
Fell in
So I've been going hard, like 3
What are
or 4
your
nights a
short-term
week.
goals? Like, what's the years you've given yourself a short-term? Like, when I started, I said I'd give myself 7 years. And here we are 30 years later, and I'm fucked.
I told myself by the end of summer I wanted 10 minutes. And I have about 8 minutes, and I'm getting there. I would like to be booked on like a show on a weekend night and not like a Wednesday night.
Not yet, not yet. Don't rush.
Yeah, okay.
No rush.
Have you thought about IHOP?
I mean, I don't go there.
So the bar you work at is at the Inland Empire. Is it like a corporate chain or a dive bar?
It's a Chili's.
Whoa!
Is that considered a bar?
Presidentes. What was that?
They're considered a bar?
Chili's Bar and Grill.
I know, but I don't ever hear you want to hit the bar.
Yeah.
Chili's?
You got your happy hour. You know? $5 Presidentes. You can come see me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you free pour at all?
We're not allowed to. Jiggers. Yeah.
What is it?
Whoa, what? Whoa. Oh, it's jiggas. You can't say that.
If a Jewish person hangs on black people, that's not what you call them.
It's a little thing, you have to measure it out. Depending on if my regulars come in, my hand's heavy. Because my arms are so small, so the bottle's heavy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
I would break you in half.
You have a boyfriend, Karina?
I do.
How long you been with him?
Like 7 months.
7 months. Where'd you meet him at?
We met on a dating app.
Oh yeah, what was the app?
Bumble.
Bumble.
Yeah,
So you guys fucked the first night?
No, I was really good. I waited 2 weeks.
Wow. 2 weeks for a Latina girl is like 8 years for a normal human. You're not Latina at all? Oh, I misread this. What are you?
Half Sri Lankan and Filipino.
Sri Lankan and Filipino. So your parents met in the Middle East?
No, they met in New York.
In New York, okay. Your dad worked in the kitchen, your mom was a server.
Pretty much.
There you go. They made a bartender.
They knew.
2 weeks. I have never met a nun in person.
Karina, what does he do?
He's
What's the
also
boyfriend
a
do?
stand-up comedian.
Whoa! Wait a second. Hold
I
on.
know.
Hold on a second
He's
here.
here.
How long has he been doing stand-up?
For like 2-3 years.
Oh my God!
He's a vet.
So
I will break him in half.
Has he been on the show before?
No, this is both our first times here.
was he up tonight?
Yes.
I hope so. I hope he
Oh,
did his
he's in
name.
the bucket.
He was Aphrodite.
So let's get this straight. You've been with him 7 months. You've been doing stand-up 2 months. So you met him. You went to one of his shows. You saw what he was doing, and you're like, I'm funnier than this motherfucker. That's exactly what happened.
Best material is me.
Wow. Damn. Look at this. That's interesting.
It's funny, it took you 2 weeks to open for him.
He's from the Inland Empire too?
Yes, he is, yeah.
Wow. How long of a trip did you guys have to make tonight? What is that, like an hour?
Yeah, about, hour and a half.
Wow, hour and a half. And he's been doing it 2 or 3 years, and you've been doing it 2 months, and you had a good set. I'm sort of interested to see if this guy can follow you. Should we bring up our boyfriend? Why don't you just give him a proper introduction? Put the mic back in the mic stand and bring him up, and he'll get 60 seconds. One more time for Karina Sagan, everybody.
Put your hands together for the Fresh Prince of Egypt, everybody. Yeah.
Joshua, there you go.
You know what's hard about having a lisp? Is you try to think of words to say that don't have S in them at all. But you're put in situations sometimes. That wasn't the joke. Like for me, I'm not scared of spiders and snakes. I'm more scared of saying spiders and snakes. I try to think of synonyms for things. If you think of a synonym for synonym, let me know. For me, it's never a sofa. It's always a couch. I'm never soaking wet. I'm only covered in water. I don't have sex. I make love. I'm kidding. I fuck. Thank you guys.
That was fucking awesome, Joshua.
Good set.
That did not turn out how I thought it was.
Yeah, that was amazing. You fucking brought the heat. You buried that bitch. You're like 2 months. No fucking way I'm letting this happen.
I have come to the conclusion that men are funnier than women.
Damn, Joshua, what's your full name?
Joshua Awad.
Joshua Awad.
Yeah, so I'll go down on him. Have you ever blown a wad?
Damn.
I swallow, okay? I swallow.
Whoa, that's a little slow. It's cum stuck in her braces.
She doesn't. I don't want to block you, but.
It's weird. She's the one that has braces, and you're the one that sounds like you have cotton in your mouth.
I know, it doesn't help that I have cotton mouth.
I see what you did there. Why the long shirt? It's one of the longest t-shirts I've ever seen in my life.
It's the longest, most wrinkled t-shirt I could find. No, this is a tall shirt that my mom got me. She thought it'd be like, I'm gonna get you tall shirts.
Wow.
It's like a fashion thing now.
Yeah.
He doesn't call it a shirt, he calls it a blanket.
So does Michael Jackson.
Can I take that now?
Yes, you may.
So Joshua, how do you like doing stand-up? You've been doing it a couple years.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
What else do you do for fun?
For fun, I play video games. I like to edit videos.
Yep. Just like everybody else that sounds like you, video games and editing videos. That's exactly what I thought you were gonna say. What do you do for work?
I'm not working right now. I was working in post-production, working on TV shows, but I wasn't doing anything creative, so I wanted to make the switch.
To nothing?
To unemployment? What are you planning on switching to?
Hopefully this. Like
Full-time stand-up comedy. You're just
yeah, I'm going hard.
But
no
that doesn't mean
safety
you
net.
can't edit.
No,
still.
no safety net. If you have a safety net, then you have 1 foot out.
Damn, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting take on it. Have you been getting any gigs?
Yeah, I've been getting a couple gigs, and
You have money saved up from editing and all that?
it ran out.
Wow. So what are you doing? How are you surviving?
How
Give
long,
us
how long ago did you quit the editing?
It's been 2 years.
So can you give us an example of some day-to-day survival methods since you've run out of money? Can you give us
He was
some...
only 1 year into stand-up when he quit editing.
How does it feel to be rendered useless?
How are you surviving, Joshua?
My overhead is really low. I live at home, and
And your shirt is really long.
Where do you guys fuck then?
You live at home with your parents?
I live at home with my mom. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So where do you guys fuck then?
At home with my mom. Very awkwardly. Yeah.
With your mom? Damn, that's crazy.
So your mom's Egyptian?
Yeah, I'm Egyptian. Yeah.
How'd you know that, Russell?
Because she said the Egyptian pharaoh or something.
Oh, the Fresh Prince of Egypt.
That's what it was. Yeah, and now
Aphrodite's so wet right
Aphrodite's
now.
like, ooh,
Yeah,
let's go, baby.
She can study.
She sounded like a Popeyes commercial just now.
Oh, man. Your mom's Egyptian?
Yeah, and my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're not together anymore?
No, they've been broken up for a few years.
They parted like the Red Sea. Are you in? You accepted it, or are you in denial?
If this was at midnight, I'd give you all the points. Damn. What did they break up over?
Camel. Cigarettes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
grown by then, so it didn't
Right.
really affect me as much as.
Now, how old are you, Josh?
I'm 28.
Okay. Are you guys the same age?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you say you're in love too?
Yes. I did not hesitate.
She waited for your response to answer, to be honest with you.
Are you in love?
Uh-oh, she likes him more than he likes her. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. She really tried it too. And that's literally coming from a monster. That's not Pharaoh.
Couldn't make her hands clap.
Even her butt goes inland. All right, well, I mean, that was really awesome. That was a fun thing where I was expecting the girl that's been doing it for 2 months to be funnier than the guy that's been doing it for a couple years. But Joshua Awad, on your first time here on Kill Tony, you fucking crushed. You guys are one of my favorite young couples in all of comedy, all the way from the Inland Empire. Karina Segun and Joshua Awad, everybody, come on.
A lot of mercy.
This is a very female-friendly episode of Kill Tony. Put your hands together for Robin Blake, everyone.
Hey, make some noise if you're happy. Make some noise if you're hot and sweaty in this bitch. Make some noise if you have genital herpes. I've had a lot of unprotected sex. I did not get one STD. I got 2 STDs. My name is Robin. Most people call me Sir. My best friend told me, he said, Robin, if you want people to stop calling you sir, you gotta start wearing makeup. Start wearing makeup, people stop calling me sir. Start calling me brave.
Welcome. So this is your first time on the show, right? The microphone, Robin, over there. Let's grab that microphone. Fuck yeah. We know you like tucking things that look like microphones away, but let's just keep it put it right up there next to your Adam's apple, Robin. I want to be able to listen to it. Come on, you can say these things. It's 2018. You signed up for this shit.
Don't ever call you Bob?
No, my name's Robin. I got 2 X chromosomes.
What is that? Help us out. What does that mean exactly?
That means I'm a biological female.
Fuck yeah, you're a bad bitch. That's what you are. You had a great set tonight. And we're just talking here. How long have you been doing stand-up?
2 years.
2 years. All here in LA?
Well, I'm actually from the IE too.
The IE?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to the Chili's?
I'm from Pomona, so it's part of LA County. Pomona! I grew up there my whole life. But I do comedy out here, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm a webcam model.
What do you do on the webcam?
I flex.
What are you doing? What's happening? Oh shit, she's flexing. She is built fucking God damn.
I just Hadouken my pants again.
You are listening to for those of you listening to the podcast, Robin looks like she carries trees for a living.
She looks like a mountain climber.
Yeah.
Like those rock walls.
How are you built that way? You're built like a fucking brick house.
Genetics.
Extra genetics.
I wish. I'll tell you what, I took steroids for like 3 years.
Uh-huh. Yeah, go ahead.
But this is all I got. Like, I didn't work hard enough. I should be so much bigger. I didn't work hard enough.
Is it?
It's this big.
Oh, that's impressive.
When it's hard, when it's erect.
So they do not call you
Is that on the
Hung Lee
webcam
then?
too?
Absolutely.
Are you on my free cams or which one?
I think she's about to be on your free cams.
Hey, just call me later now.
Is it called Chatterbait?
Chatterbait, yeah.
Chatterbait.
Alright, you creeps.
I usually do not repeat jokes on this podcast, but I feel like a phenomenal one just slipped by. I said, so they do not call you Hung Lee then?
So Robin, what are you into? You took steroids for a few years.
Did you
How long?
take steroids in bodybuild or just take steroids?
I bodybuild. I used to. I wanted to focus more on comedy. I realized, like, the bodybuilding world, I'm a big fan of it, but it promotes. It was really competitive, and it really triggered my body dysmorphia. So I had to take a break.
When you say that it triggered body dysmorphia, like what can you, if you don't mind talking about it, can you give us an example of what you mean by that?
Well, like, okay, like, I love my body, but then when it got competitive, I couldn't see my body the way it really was.
Hold on.
I knew that was coming.
Keep going though. I'm interested to hear your actual answer. This is a very interesting
interrupt me. Let's see. I'm a personal trainer too. I've done everything. Drove people for Lyft. About to become a security guard. I don't know. Like, when it comes to like bodybuilding, it's just that. I mean, like, I like being athletic. I think what happened was I didn't like the pageantry of it.
Right.
but I like the performance aspect, but you're limited as a woman, because
Right.
we don't get a lot of time to pose.
Yeah, you didn't like the gay shit.
Oh my god, I have no idea what is happening. Perhaps
She's a woman. She didn't
perhaps
like
the paint is going through his skin and he's having an allergic reaction or something. A little too. What is that greenhouse paint you put on? What is happening with Joelberg today?
Remember, he is a monster.
That wasn't me that said that.
He's shooting a bunch of blancs tonight. So, Robin, you into boys, girls? What's your story? You just beat the shit out of dudes? Like, what do you do?
Women. I like women.
Hell yeah.
I got a crush on Cassandra.
Oh, damn, yeah. How could you not? Look at her, amazing.
I will fight you if you agree to the terms.
Oh shit, Jeremiah, be careful, be careful. All right, she might, no, he's kidding. He's just a jokester. This is how all my friends get hurt. Last time Jeremiah took a chance like that, it was on a skateboard covered in pads.
I brought dishonor to my family that day.
Robin, we have a little tradition on this show that we just did on also on in Fort Wayne. It's a little game, but if you don't mind playing it, it's a little game called What's in That Fanny Pack. You don't have to pull out everything, but if you just want to show us something that it's almost like show and tell. You basically get to pick what you think might be the most interesting thing out of fanny packs. We only do this with fanny packs, not purses.
I bet my
This is called What's... Whoa, this is gonna be interesting.
McChicken?
It's a McChicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich. Hell yeah, Ryu's going crazy.
Is that half a chicken sandwich? Have you ate half of that already?
It's like a quarter, I ate like
Oh.
Damn, you're a
I
fucking...
mean, a quarter, is that like a wheat chicken sandwich? Just don't eat all of it. You get-
Robin, is my regret for saying gay shit in there?
Dude, you and I are cool, we're friends.
That's right, I love you. All right.
What else is in that fanny?
Remember the episode that Joelberg broke everybody?
I am Blanca. I am a street fighter. Oh.
Jesus Christ. The whole house of cards is crumbling. Well, Robin, I will tell you this, is that I find you so goddamn interesting. I've spent more time with you than any other person via the clock tonight, and I wish I could spend more time. I have like so many more questions. I think you're so goddamn interesting.
Thank you, that means a lot.
So I really hope that you'll sign up and come back again, will you?
We're friends.
For the first time on Kill Tony, Robin Blake, ladies and gentlemen, another person all the way from the Inland Empire. Hell yeah. There she goes, Robin Blake. We have a regular on this show. Whereas so many people get pulled out of the bucket, there's one guy that writes and performs a brand new minute every single week, and he's been doing so for the last few months. In that time, he's gained a huge fan base of his own from being on this show. He's gotten big-time agents, managers, everything. This kid is fucking hilarious. And he writes and performs a brand new minute every week on this show. Make some noise for him. It's the great and powerful Malcolm Hatches.
Lay down, hell yeah. What's up, y'all? Man, I rode a roller coaster for the first time. It took me 24 years to ride a roller coaster. I ain't a bitch no more because I rode a roller coaster. That shit was scary though. I don't know about y'all, but when I get scared to do shit, I just tell random people around I love them. When I was getting on the roller coaster, the lady was helping me strap up. I was like, excuse me, miss. I don't know you like that, but I love you. She like, I'm married. I was like, I love that nigga too. could you call him just in case I don't make it back? And then the ride took off, and that's when I called on God. I was like, Lord, if you stop this shit, I go to church every Sunday. And you know when the ride dip, you supposed to scream and ain't shit come out my mouth? It was like, and then it started to spin. This dude was like, who's sucking dick?
Keep going, yes, finish it. Hold on, wait.
And then the ride went back. And then the ride went back to the entrance, and I was like, this it? They were like, yeah, I was like,
Fuck yeah, you did it again, Malcolm. That's true, you've been riding roller coasters?
I rode one in Vegas. I tried to break it down to a minute. My bad.
Which one though?
The shit about New York. It's a big one, man.
That's your first roller coaster?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And my last. Yeah, it was cool though. It was straight, man.
Man, that's a lot of fun. Did you do that? You didn't do that zip line thing?
Hell no. I mean, I'll probably do a zip line, maybe one day. I done one back home, but you can like touch the grass when you go across.
Yeah, you were doing gigs at the Laugh Factory in Vegas or the Comedy Cellar? Where were you?
The Laugh Factory.
Yeah. How was that? A lot of fun?
It was real nice.
All right. Very, a lot of noise coming from that main room green room tonight. That's a first.
What the fuck?
It's taken years for idiots to ruin that one for me. Who is it back there?
Enemies.
That's unbelievable. Who has the fucking balls? Man, someone's getting reamed after tonight's show. That's gonna be exciting to keep an eye on. I'm gonna send Robin Blake in to beat their ass in a second.
She is doing security.
Hell yeah. So, Malcolm, how's everything else going? What else is going on in life? You're fucking taking over. You're still living in your car, right?
Yeah, I'll be at my friends, but I'll be in the car too.
Yep.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I went to the doctor to see if I was a diabetic, and I ain't a diabetic. So he said keep eating sugar.
No, he didn't say that.
He did.
Why did you think you were diabetic?
Because I ate a lot of sugar, and my dad, he died from diabetes, so I was just trying to go get checked.
Were you
So you were
close?
just trying to see if you could push it along?
Like, did they tell you, you could be diabetic
Nah,
in
he
the
said,
future?
you good, dog. Go get some candy.
He did not say go get some candy. No, he did not. You're lying to me because you know that I care about you and I told you that you've been eating too much candy and now you're lying to me on the show about the doctor prescribing you fucking
He was like,
candy.
I don't see what the problem is. Go eat some sugar.
He did not say go eat some sugar, Malcolm. You're lying. We're live streaming around the globe right now.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna record them, put it on Snapchat, and tag you.
I swear to God, you better.
I'm an Aries. Aries don't lie.
Record it. You have a nice lawsuit in the future that you can get a lot of money for.
Yeah, almost there. I love sugar. Yeah, I've been chilling, man, you know.
I love it, man. I love it.
Have you done any remodeling in the car?
Oh, I got a newer car since last time.
Instead of getting an apartment, you got another car.
Yeah. But remodels, yeah, my floor mats, they say welcome now.
They misspelled Malcolm.
Damn, Malcolm, I fucking love it, man. It's so much fun. You know, we were just in Montreal, and you know, Jeremiah crushed it on New Faces, and I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about, you know, how it's funny how it took them years longer than it should have to get Jeremiah in there, and I'm just so excited for the, you know, just like I was with him, I'm so excited for the world and all those silly idiots that run show business to find you and watch you explode like I think it's gonna be. The same thing with Haddish, you know, we were just talking about this earlier where it's like, you know, she was on this show so many goddamn times, just part of the family. And, you know, once you're gone, you're gone. Once you're that big, you're that
Yeah, she
big.
doesn't return calls anymore. Have you met her yet? Have you met Haddish yet?
I came here a year ago in April for a showcase, and she hosted for me, but she was high, so she don't remember me. I met her, but she don't remember.
She will.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
You know, I during the, I don't think I've ever told you this, but during the 5-year anniversary for this show, in the couple weeks leading up to it, I had Joe Rogan and Don Mairera booked, and I was putting together in my head some cool things for the show, what else I could do, and I hit up Tiffany, you know, one of our close old friends, right? Like, you know, me, her, and Red Band headlined, triple headline shows all around the country together. We've been everywhere together and all this. And I sent her a message. I go, hey, you know, we already have guest booked for this big 5-year anniversary, but if you want to do something cool, you should stop into the store if you're free at about 9:40 p.m. because we have a regular on this show, Malcolm, who's amazing, and I think it'd be the coolest thing if you just swung through the fire exit back door. Josh will let you in. You can come out, say you people can accomplish your dreams in your own way. You know, I sent her this message. Then it turns out that night she was hosting the fucking MTV Video Awards. I know. How stupid am I? Hey, if you want to swing by Kill Tony and give some words of encouragement. I'm such an idiot. She's hosting the fucking MTV Video Awards. Hosting the Video Awards.
She's filming her like 10th movie right now.
It's unbelievable. We are just so proud of her. You can look back on so many great episodes of Kill Tony and not only see her on the panel, but she was also the Iron Patriot a couple episodes. Imagine that. Anyway, long story short, Malcolm, you're a fucking star too. Thank you for doing this every week. There he goes, Malcolm. Let's get that AC up in here. Who's working this joint? Fucking 7 door guys, nobody keeping an eye on the thermostat. I don't understand why we have so many door guys.
This reminds me of the time I battled Balrog in Jamaica.
All right, back to the bucket we go. Is that good with you guys? Back to the bucket, huh? All right, let's see what happens here. This looks like a new name. Put your hands together for Vincent Bryant. Vincent Bryant. People are walking in other directions. Nope.
Blacklisted.
Wow, jeez Louise. Vincent missed his spot. Is that Carrie? Hi, make some noise for Carrie, everybody. One of the coolest bartenders in the comedy store. There we go. I pulled another name out of the bucket. Ladies' night will continue. Put your hands together for Sarah Lawrence. Sarah Lawrence, Sarah Lawrence, Sarah Lawrence. Wow, Jesus Christ. These people sign up and then they get scared to death.
So many females this show, it's crazy.
Okay, put your hands together. She's in the bathroom?
She's taking a shit.
Damn. All right, Brian. Way to really, like, what do you think's gonna happen when you say something like that? Were you expecting the crowd to go crazy? She's taking a shit?
That's what
you really thought. Like, that's what your brain
out. She's taking a shit.
That's what you just said.
Right.
Someone else said she's in the bathroom.
And somebody goes, she's taking a shit.
That was you.
No.
You said it in the microphone.
I repeated what they said.
Why would you repeat what a normal-brained audience member says?
Because.
All right.
There she is.
There she is, Sarah Lawrence, everybody.
You guys ever have sex with somebody without a condom and then freak out that you got an STD, so you go and get an STD check, and then before you get the results of the STD check back, you have sex with somebody else without a condom, and then it turns out you definitely gave them the thing that you thought that you had? I'm just asking for a friend, it's not... Everything's fine. I cut my hair like this, I got an undercut, and all my I was in the toilet, that's one. All my American friends are like, oh girl, I love it, it's so edgy. It's so you, it's so fierce, I love it. All my Australian friends are like, hey Sarah, why'd you cut your hair like a fucking lesbo? I used to play professional basketball, I know what you guys are thinking. Since when did they start calling women's basketball professional? I actually broke my pelvis. Ended my career, here's the move, okay? Focus. So I went to do a crossover, and then I fucked 3 black guys. My friend went out with a guy, and she said at the end of the day they went to try and have sex, and they couldn't because his dick was too big. And I was like, what is his number?
Sarah Lawrence. Sarah Lawrence.
Fresh out of the shitter.
Yes. There you go.
What happened? I had...
You alright, Sarah?
No, I barely flushed the toilet. I washed my hands off, sorry. This is the... It's wet for my...
What the fuck is... Oh, that's from your hands. Okay. I thought that was...
I know in America you can flush those.
Woo! Thanks, Isabella, for coming to get me.
Wow. So Sarah Lawrence, you just performed comedy, out of breath, and very fast. I've never heard a female auctioneer perform stand-up before. That was some interesting stuff. Is it true that you used to be a professional basketball player?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
In Australia.
Yeah. I did. I fractured my pubic bone.
I'm listening.
So.
What did you fracture it on?
Okay, so I did do a crossover, and then I pulled all my adductor, and then it we were doing like a training camp, and I didn't want to be a pussy and stop because they were like.
Your pussy stopped you.
So I kept training, and the training day was like a 12-hour training day, and then I just kept training through it, and it just got worse, and then I had time off, and it never got better, and I did all this kind of like surgery before I got the actual surgery, and none of it worked, and it was very sad.
So you had some problems down under?
They had to take the shrimp off of Bobby. Kangaboo.
Wow. So how long were you? Okay. How long were you? How long were you in Australian professional basketball club?
A couple years.
A couple years.
Yeah.
Which is definitely gonna be Australian forever.
Yeah. How long have you been in America?
I've been for 4 years.
4
years.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
Really good.
You
part of Australia?
I'm from Perth, which is like the left. It's like that.
I know it.
Okay, great. I know
Where's your wife?
Melbourne.
Melbourne. You don't have to say
Perth,
it.
Perth's on,
That's what she says.
yeah, Perth's on the other side.
The other side.
Gold mining.
That's
where my tour started. Perth.
Really? I remember Perth because that's where Uma says that Bill is from in the movie Kill Bill, when they lie to the guy that she's married. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit of Uma there. Your shirt says "fuck Kanye." Why? Why is
I
that?
knew this was gonna happen. I was like, I bet you if I put on a ridiculous shirt. So this was, I bought it like 4 years ago when he did something really dumb like 4 years ago, and I was like, fuck that guy. And I got the shirt. I don't remember something.
Isn't that funny how the Kanye's haters can't even remember what the fuck he did? People that just listen to fucking slow, shitty acoustic music all the time. Like, fuck that guy. I'll just wear a shirt that says fuck him. People will think I'm cool.
Actually, everyone's been really upset about it. So, you know.
What?
Everyone's been actually pissed off. I've like divided the crowd. Half the people are like.
Nobody cares that much about Kanye.
Cool, what?
I sort of do a little
America,
bit.
I know you do, which sucks. So I forgot about that until just
Yeah,
now.
he's one of the great artists of our time.
Great. Cool.
You want to take a shot at her and make fun of men at work or something? I'm old. I don't know what else is going on.
Isn't it weird that Kanye is like the only black guy that you could even have a shirt that says "fuck this guy" on the shirt? Isn't there something a little bit wrong with that? Like if someone was like "fuck Obama," everybody'd be like, "What the fuck is that lady doing on stage?"
Obama's awesome and Kanye's a douche.
What?
He might have nice music, but he's a bit of a douche, isn't he? He's a bit of a douche.
So you're saying
He's objectively douchey.
The crowd didn't necessarily go crazy. There's an angry white angry blonde chick over there clapping her hands, sitting in the cheap seats.
Isn't every suit the same?
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't have to expose that. You really just ruined my little parade. Anyway, but you can't remember what he did 4 years ago?
What did he do?
Was it when
Which Grammy was it that he won?
Oh, maybe it was after the Taylor Swift thing. Maybe that was why. Oh, it's not like I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
No, you are now. A big happy Taylor Swift fan. You want to take sides in music? Looks like you picked the fucking Taylor Swift side, you loser.
That's worse. Yeah, well now
I mean, you kind of look more Taylor Swifty than you do Kanye.
Do I?
Yeah.
I regret every decision I've ever made.
Of course, Kanye would break your pubic bone if he had a chance, but anyway. All right, Sarah.
Cool. All right.
How's life going in
Oh,
America?
it's really good, man. Really good. Really
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
I asked you what you do for a living?
I have an events company.
An advance company?
An events company.
Events company.
Yeah.
What kind of events?
Like bartending, like craft cocktails and stuff.
So, okay, yes, we've talked about this. All right, cool. What do you do for fun? When you're not doing stand-up and you're not planning events?
I went on a Bumble date.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Be careful, you know what happened to the other couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, it was hilarious because they stormed out and we were like, oh shit. So I don't know where they've gone. But
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So your Bumble date, how did that go down? What was that like? Where did you go?
Really good. So it was my first time, and it was his first time, and we met up, and everything's good.
Aw, he told
shag,
you.
as they say.
We did shag, yeah, we shagged.
Wow.
Not on the first night.
What kind of an Australian girl are you? You didn't fuck on the first night.
Because I'm a period, so I couldn't do it, you know. So it's just handy, so it makes it look like I'm
Was your
classy.
asshole bleeding? Am I right?
Hey!
Periods are never an issue for Ryu.
His knuckles are red.
If you took the wig off, you'd see you guys have the same haircut. So
Yeah.
you match the couple. All right, Sarah, we're gonna keep moving along. There she goes, Sarah Lawrence. What do you guys think? Keep it going. Go back to the bucket one more time. What do you guys think? All right. You guys seem like you're down for it. Here we go. Let's see what happens, shall we? Round and round we go. There the bucket stops. Put your hands together for Avery Hutto. Avery Hutto. Here he comes. Long distance.
I think the first deer to grow antlers was insecure. I think there was like some teenage deer named Brian looking in the mirror before school one day, just freaking out because he had horns growing out of his head. But what do? You play it cool. You go to school. But once he gets there, he sees the school bully Chet. Chet is a fucking asshole. Chet's like, "What's wrong with you, menorah head?" Which is super offensive because Brian's Jewish. But, look, I came up here, I lost my voice, and I went nowhere. Fuck that bit. Oh, no! What's up, bud? And then you come up here and you're like, no! Oh, okay, never mind. You guys like these pants? Yeah, I had to fight a nurse to get them. I don't know, I just hear sadness in my own voice. It sounds so bad. I'm like hearing it, I'm like, oh, who is this guy? No!
Fuck yeah, Avery Hutto. This is very impressive. Clearly, this is Avery's first time hearing the sound of his own voice. We've never really had this happen on the show before.
Avery, today you were Brian the deer.
You didn't like the deer bit. I thought you were performing one of the funniest children's books I had ever heard in my life.
It's one where it works half the time and people really get into it and they're paying attention.
Where's this?
Yeah, when you say half the time.
I want to go to that gig too.
No, it works, but sometimes the crowd looks at me like I'm crazy and I hear like the in my voice and I just couldn't keep it going. I just lost it.
They look at you a little doughy-eyed.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
Wow. Today, you lost the battle within.
Avery, how long have you been doing stand-up?
About 2 years.
2 years. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24.
Yep.
Do you grow facial hair though?
I do not. I shaved today, but I got nothing going on.
I will fight you if you agree to the terms.
Avery, you from LA?
No, I'm from Detroit.
Detroit.
Yep.
Wow.
You know, what's his name?
Yeah.
Jordan?
No, I think they're from two different neighborhoods.
I'm from Detroit unless you're from Detroit, and then I'm from the
Livonia.
suburbs.
There
Yeah,
you go.
exactly. You've been there, you know how it is.
Nitty, he's not my friend. Frank Nitty is very Detroit. He's here.
Avery, you live by yourself?
No, I live with roommates here. I just moved here like 2 months ago.
2 months ago. How many roommates do you have?
I have, you know Aaron McCann, the Irish comedian who you brought up here, lives with all those people?
Yeah.
30 people
The
guy?
30 people guy.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm one of those guys.
No way. You live in that place? Holy shit. How much are you paying in rent?
It's $700. So here's the deal. It's month to month. You don't have to pay a security deposit. Like, I'm looking for other places, but I was
In the house? Or?
I was in Detroit, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I like doing comedy, and then I found this place. So I'm like, fuck it. No security deposit. I'm gonna move to LA.
What's the grossest thing you've seen in that house?
Don't say those pants.
Maybe we should tell the audience, for the people that don't know.
He lives with 30 people in a big giant house with 30 people. And how many bathrooms are there?
4.
4 bathrooms, 30 human beings in the house. So what's the craziest thing that you've seen there? 30 people. You've been there 2 months.
You know, it's not that just garbages are bad. There's nothing really that bad. Like, it's a pretty normal place.
Just garbage.
Just trash everywhere. Just the usual
Just
trash
that.
house. No, they have cleaning people who come once a day. They have
Mexicans?
Yeah. They are, of course. But they are making some money. Like, they know what they're doing. And there's shitty artists.
You have such a little baby face. Yeah. What do you do for a living?
I just moved here. I don't have a job yet.
You saved up money in Detroit, or you have your parents take care of you a little bit?
Saved up money, moved out here.
How'd you save it up from?
I actually worked at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. Have you ever been there? I was a server there, and then I worked as a server at like a breakfast restaurant.
Which one, the grill?
No, Toast in Birmingham. You guys are gonna go to Detroit? Check it out, Toast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I am so upset with myself. I just lost that.
I'm upset with you.
You know, the good thing about you is like you are actually the white guy you look like. Like trying to be somebody else is like, oh, yes.
No, yeah, this is me. This is me.
Let me ask you something. You bailed out of that deer. You bailed out of that deer bit on Menorah Head.
Yes.
Right?
That's where, yeah. I mean, if you want to let me do the bit.
I want to hear the rest of this bit. I'm a big believer in trying to figure out whether you should have kept doing it or not. I want to see if you made the right decision.
Do you guys think the first deer to grow antlers was insecure?
Wait. You don't have to start. You don't have to start all the way from the beginning.
It's called
Just go. You know what? Do it your way.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I just say something before you say? I don't think you should pose it as a question. You should just say it as a statement.
Got it.
And that'll sell it better, because now they don't have to think about it.
Look at me. Everybody. I think the first deer to grow antlers was insecure. I think there was some teenage deer named Brian looking in the mirror one day, freaking out because he had horns growing out of his head. But what do? You play it cool, you go to school. But he gets to school, the school bully Chet's there. Chet is a fucking asshole. Chet's like, what's wrong with you, Menorah Head? Which is super offensive because Brian was Jewish. But Brian plays it cool because prom is coming up in 2 weeks and he's gonna ask Bambi. Now, for those of you who don't know, Bambi, super popular name for deer. So this is a different Bambi, but this Bambi just as hot. Right? So he goes up to Bambi, but right when he gets to Bambi, Chet's like, you're gonna talk to Bambi looking like that? Freak. And at this point, Brian snaps. He takes his antlers and he murders Chet. Right? But murder is super hot in the deer community. Right? So Bambi's like, oh my gosh, I'm totally gonna fuck Brian. And then her friends are like, no, we're gonna fuck Brian. And now all deer have antlers.
By the way, I hate to say it, but I was motherfucking right. I knew there was something in that deer bit. I'm like, who would it? Yeah, it had to be because it's just too weird at the beginning and you bailed out. And by the way, I used to do that shit all the time. When I was first starting stand-up, man, and it took me fucking, a hard, regular, every fucking night, a couple of years to really learn to stay in the goddamn pocket. Now that bit's clearly probably longer than a minute anyway, but
now we all are growing antlers.
You gotta, one of the hardest things to do in this art form is to stay in the pocket and just the quarterbacks that wait and wait and wait until the last second and still throw it right before they get fucking smashed are the people that win championships. You can't panic when the first couple parts of a thing don't work because you were just coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And it had life and it's a silly fucking thing. And
Russell's advice, by the way, that the question thing never works.
Right.
Just get right to it.
And that's universal for every bit ever. There's no reason to ever ask a question for any of you comedians. So just know that. I love that one idiot lady just laughed. Like, that's a joke he just said. She'll fail her entire life. Not listening to the great advice just given away for free.
The audience hates us. The second we walk out, they fucking hate you. Like, that's just what we feel. We walk out and we go, they fucking hate me. And now you ask them a question, like, this asshole just asked me a question. I don't even fucking like it.
You know, and when you did it, you had everybody. And you know what? I see a good, career. You're young. If they ever do a flashback of when the
Louis C.K. story.
Fuck, I was so sorry. Who's the guy from Ballers?
Jerking off with a small dick.
If Rob Corddry ever needs somebody to play his flashback. Yeah. There you go. Cool. There you go. Avery Hutto, everybody. It's first time on the show. I think we all learn something every episode on this show. He's on Twitter at Avery_Hutto. Ryan, just wait 1 second. Ryan, just wait 1 second. We normally don't do silly things on this show, but I want to do something special because this guy never really gets the credit he deserves. A couple days ago, Brian Redband celebrated a birthday, everybody, and we have a little special thing that we made for you. Happy birthday to you. Look, it's keto brownies for Cassandra Cass, everyone. Hey, dear Redband, happy birthday to you. It's a keto cake. Brian Redband. Aphrodite with balloons that she probably pulled out of her ass. And Cassandra Cass made you a cake. And much like Cassandra, I'm guessing that doesn't have nuts either. She dropped the cake, everybody. Just goes to show you, there's still a little man in there. She dropped the fucking cake.
Thank you, guys.
And that's episode of Blibbity Blob of Kill Tony. We did it. Happy birthday, Brian Redband. We love you. Ryan James, tonight's episode. The great Russell Peters. Do you have any dates coming up you want to plug or anything like that?
Actually, Tony, I do. I'm playing the Forest Hills Stadium in Queens, New York, August 18th. It's running the US Open, and I need you there because it's 12,000 seats.
Hell yeah. For those of you listening to the stream in New York, tell your friends Russell Peters coming to Queens. Look at that drawing from Ryan J. Belt, special Street Fighter edition. How about you make some noise for the great Jeremiah Watkins, everybody? Jeremiah Wonders is out. It's one of my favorite new podcasts. We just did The Fighter and the Kid together today. What else, Jeremiah?
Follow me on social media at Jeremiah Stand Up. Reagan and Watkins will be headlining the Rec Room on the 15th at Huntington Beach and the 26th at Valley Bar in Phoenix. Bring some friends.
Chroma Chris was here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Silent but deadly. Chris, what'd you think about tonight's episode?
Tony wins. Knockout. Perfect. I don't know how.
Okay. Now you know why he doesn't talk that much, folks. Follow him on social media at Chroma Chris. Joelberg. A lot of Joelberg fans in the audience tonight. They got their funnies work.
Hey, shout out to Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indiana. We love you. Thank you.
We are going so many places with this show, but you heard that at the beginning. Nashville, Lansing, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Toronto, Venus de Milo, and Swansea, Boston, Providence, San Antonio, Houston, Austin, Fort Worth. It's all happening, so go see Kill Tony live. I also have a bunch of stand-up dates I'm doing during some of those dates, and we're all doing stand-up on some of those dates. And also I do a pro wrestling podcast, and we're watching SummerSlam live from the Belly Room here at the end of August, whatever that date is. I got it confused, I'm not exactly sure. And that's Kill Tony Live. Thanks to all the comedians that signed up and got up. Thanks to Cassandra Cass for making a cake for Brian.
Thank you, Cassandra.
It's a keto cake. It only fell on the ground once. You're gonna love it. Live audience, thank you. Good night.
I go